I want to touch on a topic that has come up outside of the group. And so I want to address it so that you can have it here and it can be on recording so that people can hear it. There is the challenge of balancing motherhood with studying, especially if you're a single mom. So what I found is that the approach to balancing motherhood with studying is going to be mainly in the mind, because in all regards, we would say that our children have nothing to do with the bar exam, except that they're getting in our way. But the mindset part of it that will help you is to know that there's an attachment, and we talk about attachment a lot. There is an attachment to being a certain type of mother. And as long as you have to keep that rule, you have to be that certain type of mother because somebody taught you, either by example or hearing them talk about other people's, parenting, somebody taught you it's bad or wrong to do X, Y, and Z. So you're holding fast to those rules, and that need to be labeled good mom and to keep those rules is what's getting in your way for bar study. It's not the child, right? It's your attachment to a certain type of parenting. So where the mindset piece comes in is, one, being able to recognize what is it that I feel like I have to do that I actually don't really have to do, right? So if you have a 3 or 4-year-old who you need them to be out of your hair so that you can study for a couple hours, but you also have this rule against hours of screen time, or you're scared to let somebody watch them, or you want to, save the money and not hire a sitter, or you just don't trust sitters, or you don't want to ask people for help with your children, or you don't want them to be around a certain person who might be a bad influence. There's certain things that you can actually work through to figure out, is that really necessary? And if you can give yourself the allowance to just drop what's not necessary right now, it's not forever, it's just for a few weeks. But if you can give yourself permission to drop what's not necessary, you might find yourself with extra time, uninterrupted time for studying. So that's where balancing parenting and the bar exam comes into the mindset arena that I deal with, because we're not just surface, we're not just positive affirmations and mantras and things like that. Yoga and meditation, those are all great, but you use them together with actually finding out what the problem is and resolving that problem, right? Because if you have a gaping wound full of dirt and debris, and then you just stick a Band-Aid on top, I don't care how many pretty flowers the Band-Aid has, this is not okay, right? You have to wash out the stuff, sew it up, and then you can plant the little Band-Aid on top in the form of your positive affirmations and meditation, visualization, and other things. But if you don't dig up the problem, right, then all that other stuff is just surface stuff, and soon you'll find it no longer works. So as far as balancing your study time, especially if you're trying to balance the care of children, you need to understand, what is it that I feel obligated to do that I actually do not need to be doing right now? What is the one thing that I'm making myself do that really the only thing it affects is how I feel about my mothering, right? Because if you got a 2-year-old, they will not remember that they didn't go to such and such's birthday party. They will not remember that. They just won't. If you have a 4-year-old, they will not remember, oh, this summer I didn't get to play with my mom as much as I did last summers. They won't remember that. They won't care. You will. And it's that fear of guilt and fear of regret that's keeping you from making the adjustments necessary right now. So that's what I want you to think on. And that's the angle that we come from when it comes to bar exam work, is understanding where it's actually you that's standing in your way. It's actually you that's keeping the balance from being able to shake out for yourself. It's actually you. And not on purpose, but because right now you have conflicting needs. and one of them's got to be shelved. Now, some people, they don't figure out how, and so they end up having to retake the bar till they do. But hopefully that won't be you, because you will take this, you will do some serious introspection, and you will take it to heart and apply the principle of non-judgment of yourself and letting it be okay to just be a C+ mom this summer. Let's let it be okay, right? And the same goes for being there for your family, your parents, maybe sick people that were depending on you, showing up to people's weddings, etc. If you were in normal summer mode, you would have been all at the bachelorette party, all at this and all at that. Let it be okay to just show up to the reception and the ceremony and the reception. Let it be okay, right? So that's the mindset tip for you when it comes to striking balance for the bar exam studying. Hope that helped.